Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about active student responding. My name is Michelle LaMarche. I'm a board certified behavior analyst, and I'm here with my colleague Miranda. She is also a board certified behavior analyst. Associate behavior analyst, to be correct. Anyway, she's been doing a really great job, and she is also a certified licensed teacher. So I thought that really she would be a great asset to talk about what active student responding looks like, how you can use it in your classrooms, and even in your individual sessions. And we'll both kind of go back and forth, sharing some of our information. We've got visuals that you'll be able to see and how they're used and applied successfully with literally all levels of cognitive ability, really. Probably not the most earliest learners, but we'll be able to share some of that with you today, as well as some of our higher cognitive students that we have here that are getting ready to go back into public environments and regular education classrooms. And hopefully you will walk away with some tools that you can apply in your practice right away. So we welcome you. Our goal is to help you increase your learners' motivation and responding to treatment and programming. We'll start off with what is active student responding, and you'll see at the bottom of this screen, this has your code. So if you are here and are interested in having continuing education credits for the Board for Behavior Analysis, then you'll need to enter that in. We are open for questions at any time. You just need to post them to our browser, and we will try to answer those. And if we can't, we'll see if we can find those answers from our team and get back to you at another time. We'll begin really with trying to define what is active student responding. And what I found was when we were first starting to study this and determine if, number one, we were applying it correctly in the classrooms, and then number two, really what all it entailed and all the different options and ways to incorporate active student responding in our treatment, whether it be again in the classroom or in individual sessions, that many of the behavior analysts that I was working with weren't even familiar with this acronym, ASR, weren't familiar with the concept behind it, although in many cases they were applying some of the strategies just naturally within their sessions. So when we talk about what the definition is, I'll let Miranda take this part over and she can give you some clarity about how she uses it and what it means to her in her classroom.
So as the slide says, active student responding is an antecedent intervention where the students are answering questions or responding in ways to demonstrate, understanding or showing that they're still following along. And by that word, antecedent intervention, it means it's something we do at the beginning. We don't wait for a behavior or a consequence to follow. We provide that intervention up front. Antecedent interventions are evidence-based practices. They're designed to decrease interfering and off-task behaviors that interfere with student learning. With this being said, it's assumed that you've already done your functional behavior analysis and know that the students' off-task behaviors are related to escape avoidance, and it's not a different function where trying to prevent it up front would not be effective.
Okay.
And the aim of antecedent interventions is you modify that environment and you modify that activity to decrease the likelihood of those interfering behaviors with instruction.
Okay.
Some key features of active student responding. When instruction is delivered, active student responding is observable and measurable. You can see that learning and you can see that interaction is taking place. Responding that's observable and measurable is thereby objective. You can measure the frequency of responding, you can measure how long the students are responding, and that can be graphed and measured, and you can see that change. Active student responding provides immediate feedback to the teacher. The teachers know this student's getting it right, this student's getting it wrong. Hey, I need to do some intervention with this student right away instead of waiting until you get to a quiz or a test. And as we said before, active student responding can reduce classroom disruption, and it promotes engagement in the classroom activity. The students are all engaged in that activity, and they don't have that opportunity to start bugging the kid next to them.
Okay, or even just to become distracted and look off to the side of the room because they know that they're supposed to respond to the teacher, even if the student next to them or their peer next to them is also responding, because we're all responding at the same time in order to demonstrate that we're actively responding and paying attention and hopefully learning at the same time. Okay.